I guess she is leaving. Oh, we're live.
Okay.
What's up, guys?
Hey.
So we are, yeah, let's do that. We are going live, and we're actually in the garage. Well, kind of in the garage. We're trying a different area that we've always had good luck with Wi-Fi. So hopefully, God willing, this will fix the problem.
We had planned not to be
here. Yeah. Well, we'll wait. Nobody's in yet. So, oh, Jim Moulter's here. What's up, Jim?
Hey, Jim.
Don Spicer, how's it going?
Hey, guys.
Yeah, so we actually were planning on, we were supposed to be in, well, let's see, what's today? Thursday. We're supposed to be in Florida right now.
Yeah.
But that did not work out. So, but that's all right. Actually, it's kind of a good thing because I had to take a trip to the airport to pick up my daughter. It was a whole thing.
Yeah.
So, Rich Boyce is here, Keith Davenport, Bruce Peter, Shirley Hall. All right, we got some folks.
Let's get it going.
Let's do this. So tonight we are carving, let's see here. We are carving, oh, you like that? What? We're carving the tablet of the month for July of 2025. Let's see.
Along with one of our stencils.
Yep, along with, it's only treason if you lose stencil. Frank Jenkins is here. What's up, Frank? Brian Collins, Bruce. You're not a nobody, Bruce. Butch Whitcomb, Rich Boyce. Drummer Dude. All right, right on. We got some people in here. Good. In here, comma, good. So, yeah, we're carving the template of the month for July of 2025. And this is only Dad's second time carving. And we're going to add some color using those new, what are they, acrylic markers? Yeah, and I got to tell you, we haven't used them a ton, but they're pretty cool. Now, we don't know how long they're going to last in the weather. That's one thing that is yet to be proven.
But we know Sharpies don't either.
Yeah, Sharpies don't either, so I can almost guarantee they'll last longer than Sharpies.
So that's what we're carving.
Yep, that's going to look good. All right.
Here we go.
Lloyd Fortner, Justin Hellickson, Joe Cordero, Brian Hacken, Chris Way. Right on. Thank you guys for joining us tonight. So Dad's actually, so this is pretty small, but Dad's actually going to carve it outset so we can color it. And he did it, what, yesterday? Yesterday or the day before?
Yeah, I posted it on Facebook.
Yeah, and it looked really good.
It's already on the website.
Yes. Both of these, this template and stencil are both on the website, makewoodsign.com. So go check them out.
All right, I'm going.
All right, go for it, Dad. All right, so let's, oh, before I zoom in, notice the table in the background. We are doing a fundraiser for VO2. You can check out last Sunday's video. There's a link, or if you want a link to donate to it, and all the money goes straight to VO2, you can shoot me an email, ryan@makeawoodsign.com, and I'll send you the link. For every $1 you donate, you get a ticket to win that table back there. And it's pretty freaking sweet. Let's see. Guy Fagerman's here. Mike Mongluzzo. No, we don't use the planer. If we put boards together to make signs out of, almost always we just sand them off. We use the cauls and the clamp companions, and they end up gluing up pretty good, and then we just sand them off. So we don't really use a planer very much. Guy Fagerman's here. Scott Bove, or Beauvais. What's up, dude? What is that noise? Oh, that's Nelly. Shirley, or no, not Shirley, I'm sorry, Rich. No, it's not, we don't have that template. That thing is massive, so I pronounce it right. Right on, dude. No, that's not a template or stencil we have. We did the inkjet transfer for that artwork.
Mom bought that on Etsy. It's on Etsy.
Oh, okay, yeah, Mom got it on Etsy. Rod Hall? What's up, dude? Rod, we're actually taking Gwenny to dancing Friday at the, tomorrow at the Sundowner. There's a new band playing. So Dad is starting off with a carving liner. This is pretty small to do outset, but it looks good. So there's some small lines in there, so you would definitely need to start off with a carving liner on this one. Sandra Callanan, how you doing? Well, it's good to see everybody's here. Nah, not really, Scott. Dad uses a carving liner. We try not to use it as much as possible, just because, you know, it is it's a scalpel, not a hunting knife. But when you need it, man, it's freaking awesome. Rich, no trivia question tonight. I mean, I can give you some random trivia, but we're not doing a giveaway. Can a handheld router use? John Hayes, what's up, man? So the carving liner is about as fine as, well, it's the finest tipped bit that we use, and it's really, really fine tips. For fine detail, that's the way to go. Bruce, we just set it up out here in the garage, and I think we're going to be good to go. The internet looks like it's good right now, and I'm actually, we got some smart people on here. I'm looking into internet boosters or internet Wi-Fi booster or Wi-Fi something like that. So if you guys have some recommendations on Wi-Fi boosters or extenders that you've used and you like, shoot me an email, ryan@makeawoodsign.com. Let me know, because I think that's what we're going to end up doing. Scott, no, you wouldn't want to use a profile bit at a 16th inch because it's going to be too shallow. You're going to end up sanding a lot of that out. So you definitely want to go at least an 1/8 inch, and the carving liner, the angle of it allows you to carve deep enough but still get those fine tips. Justin, we have Starlink. That's the thing. Oh, RJ's here. What's up, RJ? We have Starlink, and it works great, but not out there for some reason. Mickey Sewell's here. Kurt Troutman, what's up, man? Not great, man. Scott, even our 5G out there under the patio doesn't do all that great. Metal roof. This, are you the guy that sent Dad the email about those tiny little spotlights? Because we've been playing with them. We were actually going to try to use them on the live, but we want to get a little bit more familiar with them. Okay, yeah, dude, those things, so far, they look pretty cool. We haven't installed them yet, because don't forget, we, like, for just carving, there's no doubt that they're awesome. But for carving and filming, I don't know. Yeah, Angie, definitely need the modem extender. Yeah, he's using the carving liner right now. Hit that thumbs up button, guys. Did you, Mike? So you've used the one? Because I was looking at a bunch of different ones, excuse me, on Amazon. But I don't know anything about that kind of stuff. So they have ones that are 30 bucks, ones that are 130 bucks. And I don't know. Yeah, that's what we were playing with, Dennis. So yeah, guys, in case you missed the first part, our trip to South Carolina and Florida got canceled. We had stuff come up. It just didn't work out. But we canceled it, but we are going to try to reschedule it for later on in the year. Mike, okay, so you got the cheaper one, and it still worked out pretty good. Was it easy to set up? Mickey, yes, we are driving to Texas in September. Me and Dad are going down there to do the Texas Woodworking Festival in Austin. What's up, Justin from Florida? For thick pieces, do you have to use only plunge routers for depth? No, John, we never use plunge routers. I've never carved a sign with a plunge router. This is pretty much, the palm routers are the majority of what we use. Sorry, just hit the thing. And we will use like the bigger horsepower routers if we're cutting out shapes or something like that. But even on routers. Yes, Butch, I think it does. Oh, all right, Mike, then I think that's what we're going to try to do. Oh, okay, that's another question. When you got it, did you have to plug it in like next to the modem, or like do you stretch that out and plug it in at the farthest that the modem will reach? Come down to crash the show, you guys. Last time we were there, we couldn't have done it without you, Frank. Everybody needs to come. It is a blast. That's the funnest show we've done. It's a lot of fun, really cool people down there, some cool products. Right on, Justin, I appreciate that, man. Thank you for the business. Dennis, this is on the Craftsman, that is 5 by 7.5. Shirley, this is blue pine that Dad's carving. He put this board together yesterday. And that's actually one of the shapes we have, isn't it, Dad?
It is, except I shortened it.
Okay.
About a couple inches on each side.
Okay.
Just to fit that stencil.
All right.
Onto the profile.
Now we're at the profile. Yeah, so far the Wi-Fi's looking good. Right on, Frank. I hope you are, man. I'd love to see you. No call, but have you guys done any of the more 3D carvings like what the CNC puts out? You know, we haven't really done anything quite like that, Justin. And anything we do, if it's what I'm thinking, like that, then we'll usually use the Fordham or the die grinder to get those shapes. Mickey, right? Well, that's cool. Bring them on, man. We'll use them. Thank you. I put it in the hallway between the back room and the room. Okay. All right. That's good to know, Mike. I appreciate it. We're gonna have to get one of those things. John, that's a great question. That is actually our base plate. So our website, makeawoodsign.com, that is a design that Dad and Grandpa came up with several years ago. It's specifically for hand carving, freehand carving, which is pretty much all we do. So you can find those on the website, makeawoodsign.com, along with all the router bits, hundreds of templates and stencils, all kinds of stuff, man. Hi, Lori. Stevie B. Well, thanks for watching, man. You know, I've never been to New Jersey. We'd love to come out there. I don't think, Dad, you ever gone to the East Coast to do a meetup or anything? You never have, huh? It's all been in the West.
Just, you know, North Carolina, Hickory.
Oh yeah, we did go to Hickory, North Carolina.
That was about it.
Yeah. Yeah, Justin, the Flex is my favorite. In fact, we just did filmed a short on the Flex. Oh, right on, Scott. There you go, Mickey. See? It's all about that marketing, buddy. Rune Carver, how you doing, man? Yeah, so now Dad's going in with the profile bit to take out a lot of the small areas and also widen those lines up. Bill Larrabee's here. What's up, Bill? So this is actually one of the profile. Dad, is this one of the fatter ones?
No, this is not exactly original, but it's not real fat. I do have a fat one that I'm going to use for the big letters.
Okay. So when you sharpen your profile bits or send them in to Dad to get sharpened, it changes the shape of them, right? The more you sharpen it, the less pointy it is and the fatter it gets. That's not necessarily a bad thing. It's almost like having a bit between the profile and the 60-degree bit. So like for the letters below the template right there, it's only the profile bit to carve those inset, but it's been sharpened a ton, so it's fatter than an original profile. Do you get in trouble carving end grain? Oop, oh, crap. There we go, sorry. Or have to change different bits? No, man, not really. I mean, we don't carve end grain a whole lot, but like cookies, you know, we've carved a ton of cookies, carved slabs, all that different kind of stuff. I've never actually made a board out of just end grain and carved it, but no. Obviously, some grain is easier to carve than others, but that's never really made never really made a difference. RJ, oh yeah, you think so? Dial up, huh, Kurt? I remember those days where you go to get on the internet, you click connect, and then you go make a sandwich, and by the time you get back, you're hooked up to the internet. A long time ago.
90 degree now.
Now Dad's going to the 90 degree. Ronnie in Shreveport, Louisiana. Let me see. I know I have the dates here. It is September 12th through the 14th. And it's in Austin, Texas. And dude, it's a blast. It's a lot of fun. Scott, yeah, we can do that, man. You can ship your housing to us, and we'll cut it for you. You call the brand name or where you got the acrylic or markers you can just please sign. Lori, we're actually using those today. So as soon as Dad gets to that, we'll show you the brand name because I can't remember it right now. And I think Mom got them at like Office Max. For a fee, they will set you free. I like that, Rod. That's pretty good. That should be a sign. No problem, Lori. It's amazing how much quieter the DeWalt is. Oh, Hobby Lobby. Yeah, that's right. Hobby Lobby is what you meant, Mom, right? Not Hubby Lobby. That would be an interesting business, though. No problem, Ronnie. Where in Florida were you supposed to go? We were supposed to go down to Plant City for routing. John, yeah, we like softwoods like cedar is one of my favorites. Like this one's blue pine. We use a lot of redwood, but hardwood is great too. I love carving walnut. One of Dad's favorites is cherry. Um, Oak, I don't really like carving oak. That stuff is rough. But
Poplar,
white poplar, maple.
yeah, flame, a box,
Yeah,
box elder.
that's technically a hardwood, isn't it?
I think it is.
Yeah, flame box elder. That's probably my favorite. I love that wood.
All right.
When getting tongue and groove boards, you get it bigger for when you cut them off. Well, bless you. So tongue and groove, you know, because we do cut them off, we get the biggest we can. So we generally try, if there's a choice between a board you'll net 4 inches and a board you'll net 5.5, we almost always try to go with the widest ones we can. Tim List is here.
Who?
Tim List.
Oh,
Hey, Tim. So now Dad's using that fat profile bit. Yep, the gloves came off, Shirley. He's getting serious now. So Dad's using that fat profile bit to carve those letters. And you probably could use a 60. A couple sharp points in there. So if you have a profile that's been sharpened, you know, 8 or 10 times, probably easier to use that. So for everybody that just came in case you don't know, that table in the background right there, let's see if we can get a little close up. That is being raffled off. So we're doing a fundraiser for VO2, which is a gym and an organization run by veterans helping veterans out. And if you want the link, you can either check last Sunday's video or you can email me, ryan@makeawoodsign.com, and I'll send you the GoFundMe link. For every $10 you donate, you get 1 entry into winning the table, and we will ship it anywhere in the lower 48 to whoever wins it for free. So we're covering the cost of shipping, all that stuff, and all the money goes straight to VO2. That is an awesome organization, guys. So again, just one more quick. And Dad carved that one, so you know it's done right. That bass is pretty cool. Yeah, Dad did a heck of a job on that one. Oh, there you go, Guy. That's a winner right there. Yeah, that one's popular, Rich. Brett Burton's here. Hi, Brett. Dried kiln only, or doesn't matter? Honestly, John, most of what we get is from Home Depot or Lowe's. We don't, you know, out here in the desert, there's not a huge selection. So like a lot of times we'll carve pickets that are wet, so we just set them out to dry with weight on them, and then we carve them. So it doesn't have to be anything special, man. It really doesn't. I've carved 100-year-old barn wood that somebody had sentimental value in, so it doesn't matter. The barn wood was a little rough because it was crumbly. Brett, that is actually, let's see, I think that's this upcoming Sunday's video, I think. But it went pretty good. It went good. It was a lot smaller crowd than we had planned on, and that seems to be a theme going on the last like 3 shows we've done. But that's all right. It still went well, and I think you guys will enjoy the video. Yeah, Rich, you don't want it any higher than 12%, and I like it to be down around 8. Donate the table to VO2. But if you win, Mickey, we got to send it to you, man.
If Mickey wins, we'll deliver it.
Dad said if you win, Mickey, we'll deliver it.
When we go to Austin.
Yeah, when we go to Austin. Yeah, Rich, a moisture meter, it's pretty imperative. You definitely need a moisture meter because if you're carving a board that's 15 or 18% moisture, you're gonna have a lot of problems. John, honestly, man, you know, CNCs are cool. They can do some really cool stuff, but I don't consider that a woodworking skill. That's a computer and programming skill, which is still a skill. I'm not bashing it, but it's not woodworking, in my humble opinion. Butch, that's a great question. So we don't really have a problem with that just because it's so dry out here, especially in the summertime. We got some pickets like 4 days ago, and we didn't put the moisture meter on them, but they were soaking wet. And within, you know, we stack them up with stickers and put some weight on them. Wait a couple days and they're not even reading on the moisture meter now. Mike Rowell's here. I haven't seen you in a while, Mike.
Who?
Mike Rowell.
Oh,
Justin, honestly, dude, a moisture meter is a moisture meter. I've seen those really nice, expensive ones that you just kind of set on there and they read the moisture more in the middle of the board. And, you know, they're cool, but they're like 300 bucks. So it doesn't matter. Yeah, John, definitely. I've done cutting boards before, charcuterie boards. You can carve pretty much anything. I don't know, Mike. I guess they kind of are, but that's a tough one. James Joy, what's up, James? Scott, couldn't agree more, man. So one thing you can do, Butch, sorry, dude. That was an accident. One thing you can do, Butch, is if you live in a wet climate, put a fan in your where your boards are. In fact, you could even build a box that you can stack maybe 6 or 8 pieces in and have it enclosed and have a fan running through there to get some airflow. Mike, I get it, man. I get it. Great question, John. We just did a short on that too. This bench mat we got here is a 3/4 inch stall mat from not Harbor Freight, I always say that, Tractor Supply, and it freaking works great. And we actually been talking about using a piece of that indoor-outdoor carve. Some guys use that, and that's supposed to work really good too. Clamping your board on the table is just not necessary if you have a good bench mat, and it really gets in the way. Honestly, I know it's bad, but I kind of avoid using clamps. Well, because I'm so impatient, I avoid anything that's going to take an extra step, which is not a good way to go. Don't recommend it, but that's just kind of my nature. Yeah, Gregory, Tractor Supply stall mat. I think we got this one for like 45 bucks, 45 or 50 bucks. And we only used a small piece of it. The rest of it is the backdrop for my archery target, and it works great for that too. Oh, there you go. I would recommend getting a 3/4 inch one, simply because it's so heavy that it doesn't move even when sawdust gets under it. If you get a lighter one, sawdust might make it kind of slide on the bench. John, it's not bad at all. I mean, you know, you can see Dad holding the router and maneuvering it. Vibration really is not an issue. What size? I think they only come in one size. I think they're like 4 foot by 5 foot, something like that. No, it might be 4 by 6. Yeah, yeah, they're not very big, but they work great. I've got, in fact, they're tough wood if you think about it. Horses are standing on them all day, so they're pretty tough. And I've put, I don't know, 25 arrows through one of these things, and I haven't had an arrow pass through yet. I try not to put an arrow through that because it generally rips out my insert, but it happens. Hey, Mike. You ever carved Eastern white cedar? Dad, you ever carved Eastern white cedar?
Eastern, I have, yeah.
Yeah?
They carved like butter.
Okay.
The pieces that I did, in fact, that's what I think a lot of the cedar fencing was made of back when. I don't know now, but it looked identical to Eastern white cedar.
Oh, okay. So Dad said, yep. He said every time he's carved Eastern white cedar, it freaking carved like butter. If you were to build a table like you guys have, what would that be? Do you mean as far as cost, Butch? What did you cut the mat with? A razor blade. I tried to use a saw at first, Jim. Do not do that. Terrible idea. Yeah, just a razor blade, really sharp, 2 or 3 cuts, and you'll be through. Stevie, you know, softwoods are generally easier on your bits. Pine, redwood, cedar, things like that. Hardwoods are definitely much harder on your bits, but hardwoods generally, it's more consistent, like it's hard all the way through. In redwood, you get a lot of soft wood with hard grain mixed in, which makes it a little tougher to hold a good line. Dad doesn't look like he's blowing any wood shavings. Surprised by the viewing area. Surprised by the viewing area. What do you mean by that, John? You mean the hole cut into the back of the router? Do that actually with all of our routers. Even the Craftsman, the DeWalt, every router we have, we cut a hole in there. And it allows more natural light in, and it allows the sawdust somewhere else to go. And obviously, it works for filming purposes too. 4x4 or what for a small shop? Hang on. To build a table like that, like you guys have, what would that be? Oh, you mean the actual workbench, Butch? Or do you mean the table in the back we're auctioning off? Oh, John, if you look at where Dad's sitting, Dad is sitting, and it's kind of hard to tell, but the bench is about chest level, and it really allows you to look down at where the router bit is. Gregory, yeah, Dad, what are you at, 3/16 there?
Yeah, about.
Yeah, right around 3/16. Okay, so this, I'm sorry, Butch, I thought you were talking about the table. This is actually a bench. Harbor Freight carries these. Dude, we've got like, we gotta have 8 of these things all around the property. And I think you get them for like $160. They make great carving tables. I use one as a gun bench to work on my guns and my bow. And honestly, you couldn't build one for cheaper than this. And Dad's had this one for I don't know, 7 years, 8 years, something like that. So I would recommend just getting one of these. Well, it looks like the internet's holding up good. That's nice. Using a Roman bench. I'm not sure what a Roman bench is. Now you're making me Google stuff. I gotta check the Goog. Using a Roman bench? Are you talking about the workout, the lower back extender? Use a folding table from Menards. Justin, whatever works, dude. Whatever works. A lower or smaller bench. So you don't really want to use a lower bench. A lot of guys want to try to carve and have the router, you know, maybe belly button level. That's going to kill your back and your neck. You want it to be about chest level. William Middlecoff, how you doing, man? Oh, I think he is, David. Let's see. I'm trying to pay attention and talk at the same time. Yeah, that's true, Justin. But no, these benches from Harbor Freight, man, they're. I think we've had to tighten it up a couple times. You know, stuff gets loose and it starts getting a little rickety, and then you just retighten the bolts, and it's all good to go. Stevie, yes, we can, but it depends on what it is. We have to have good digital artwork. It can't be something you just draw. But send my mom an email, Vicky at makeawoodsign.com on what you want, and she'll let you know if she can do it or not. No problem, Justin. The pony. I'll have to look that up. Because we're always looking for good portable benches, like to take to Austin and stuff. We have our works benches, and those work pretty good, but it'd be nice to have something a little bit better. So it's the Pony portable bench. Let me check that out. Okay, yeah, that's kind of like our works bench that we have. Whew, those works benches got expensive. Carving chisels if necessary at the end of carving with a router. John, there's never really been a need for it. I mean, I never have. Dad, have you ever had to use, like, after you're done carving a sign or something, you ever had to use a carving chisel to finish something off, other than popping out high spots?
No, not really.
No? Yeah. There's never really been a need to. Nolan Hernandez is here. Right on, Mike. I appreciate that, man. Yeah. So you guys, when you send your router bits in to get sharpened, if you don't clean them, my dad beats me for every dirty bit he gets. So do me a favor, save me a beating, and clean your bits before you send them in. Susan's here. Susan, send me an email and I'll send you the link because I can't attach it to this. But send me an email, ryan@makeawoodsign.com, and I will give you the link to the, what do you call it? The GoFundMe. Bill Smiley, how you doing, Bill? Gregory, so there's a couple different ways. You can use just one of those cheap, tiny little brass wire brushes from Harbor Freight. We usually use a Dremel with a brass brush on it. That works great. If you want, you can use like simple green and a brass wire brush to clean it. I don't think it's super necessary. You just want to get all the nasty crap off there. Smart way to go, Mike. Smart way to go. John, no, you don't want to lubricate your bits. Remember, these things are designed to go through wood. So as long as you keep them fairly clean, you know, don't let them get all gummed up and nasty. As long as you take care of them, you won't have a problem. Carmen Page is here. I agree, Mike. There's some really good questions tonight. I like when we get new people that ask questions that, you know, maybe I don't talk about enough. What do you guys use to clean the bit? Usually, John, just a little brass wire wheel on a Dremel or even just a brass wire brush. Just brushing them off and getting all the nasty gummy crap off of there. I swear, of all the guys I know, Frank, you are the best at flirting. Nolan, so the best finish, we use Rust-Oleum Clear all the time. We use that all the time, and that's great for indoor signs. It's cheap, it works good. If you're going exterior, something that's going to be in the elements, I like Helmsman Spar Urethane. That's funny. My dad's shooing off flies. C&G, what's up, dude? How do you know what speed to set your router at? Full speed ahead, baby. Pedal to the metal. We never drop the RPMs in our router unless we're using like a router sled and you're using like the big 2-inch surfacing bit, then we drop it down. But other than that, our routers are all at full speed. Yes, Nolan, gloss. I like the gloss. John, you can use simple green. That stuff works, but it's not super necessary. I've never used it. I know Dad has in the past. But you can just use just a brass brush. All right, so Nellie's down here, and as soon as Dad does his edge, she is going to go nuts. Oh, she must have heard me. She just took off. She's like, fine. All right. You're not the only one, Mike. But yeah, guys, we're going to be in Austin, Texas, September 12th through the 14th. And actually, you know, it's cool. A buddy of ours won a pig hunt. So after that, we're going over to another Eastern Texas, and we're going to pig hunt for a few days. Well, I'm going to pig hunt. Dad's going to hang out. And then we're going to be in Vegas next month on hang on, let me check the dates. Next month on the 22nd through the 25th at the AW, American Woodworking, AWFS. And that's going to be a great show too.
Las Vegas Convention Center.
Las Vegas Convention Center. The 2-inch surfacing bit, if you could, Ryan. What do you take the speed down to, and how much do you take off at a time? So we take the speed there are manufacturing recommendations on that, and I think it was like, do you remember what we dropped the speed to when we're surfacing? Yeah, I think it's like between 12 to 18,000 or something. But when you're using a huge bit like that, just look at it'll have manufacturer specs. And we usually take off, I mean, with that bit, honestly, our Amana surfacing bit, we take off a big chunk. Probably try to stay at a 16th, but sometimes we drop a little lower than that. Oh, there goes Nellie. Yeah, she didn't do too bad. It's pretty hot over there, huh, RJ? How are pig hunt? I've never been on a pig hunt, Nolan. This will be my first time. Actually, that's not true. I did go on one pig hunt, and we saw a pig like 9 miles away. But this will be the first time that we'll actually have a chance at getting some. Yeah, you did cut that down a little bit, huh? Yeah, because on the other one we had some designs on the sides. No, I can do both, but because we're bringing everything else, I have a Colorado elk hunt and a Utah deer hunt coming up with my rifle, so I'm going to take my rifle and hunt with that just to kind of get some practice in with it. Does that chamfer get into the corners okay? Yeah, it does, actually. You know, if you have something like a 90-degree corner, it won't get into that great. But yeah, for something like this, well, I guess that is a 90-degree corner.
Yeah, but it gets in there pretty good.
Yeah, it gets in there good. No, Frank, it's not a helicopter hunt. I'm hoping so, John. RJ, dude, it's been pretty nice over here. It hasn't broken 100 all week. And our humidity level is way lower than yours. William, actually, I wouldn't say it does as good as an air compressor, but it still does pretty good. We actually haven't even turned on our compressor because it's kind of on its last leg. We've really been using the little mini blowers more than anything else. It should be at the top. Oh, wait, maybe it's not. I don't know where it's at. That's a good question, Carmen. Guy, Guy said he goes pig hunting at the Legion on Friday nights. That's a good one, dude. Gregory, actually, so we just did a short on the mat today. One kind of cool thing is we spray clear and primer on that all the time. If it starts to build up and get smooth, we just sand it off and it's like brand new. We run our disc sander across it and it roughs it up. It's like brand new. That's one of the best things about this thing. Well, thanks, Justin. For the shadows for the credenza. What did we use? I'm not sure what you mean, John. Nah. Yeah, RJ, the little blower works great, huh? You sure can, Frank. Guys, if you've never used one of these disc sanders, that thing is amazing. The black parts of the carving on the credenza. So I'm not sure what you mean by the credenza, like on our on the sign or the table back there, but on all the black, we use primer. We use Rust-Oleum black primer. I'll show it to you. You don't want to use paint because that bleeds really bad, takes forever to dry, and it gums up the sanding disc. So this is what we use for pretty much everything. CNG, it's not bad, dude. I think I mean, we're in the shade, so I don't even, it might be 90 degrees. Hang on just a second, Dad. Sorry. All right, go ahead. Yes, it will. What's wrong? Did he go dead?
I think we just lost our battery.
Oh.
That ain't good. All right.
We got one charging right over there. Yeah, I'll grab it. There you go. Let's hope so. There we go. This is blue pine. Yeah, that looks really good. Wait till you see the color. These little acrylic markers, man, they're pretty awesome. We've been impressed with them. Hi, baby. My wife says hi, everybody. Hi, love. We're on the live, just so you know.
Oh, goody.
Don't say anything inappropriate. No warning on those batteries going dead. No, Justin, there's not. Oh, Rod says hi.
Hi, Rod.
I tried to get him to come down to go to the Sundowner with us tomorrow night, but he said no. He's like, I don't want to hang out with Amy. I was like, rude. Yeah, that looks good, Dad. John, that's a good question. So it depends on the amp hours of your battery. Like the little DeWalt 2 amp hour, they don't last that long, but the 5 amp hour lasts quite a bit. But you know, if you have 2 or 3 batteries, it doesn't really matter. You can just kind of keep going. Everyone's saying hi, babe.
Tell him I said hello.
She said hello. What's our boy doing? What's he doing?
His elephant ears.
Yep. Okay, so Dad, what is the brand name of those markers?
Let me stand them up and you can.
Okay. All right, so these are the markers we're using. Now, one thing I will say is that they're a little more pastel than we generally like especially the red. That almost looks,
Salmon.
yeah, salmon. But to be honest, it doesn't look, the camera doesn't do it justice. It's a little darker than it looks on the camera. Nolan, yes, the one shot does kind of give a better final product, I think, but it's also really expensive and it takes forever. Especially,
You gotta have a full finish on it.
oh yeah, you have to have a full finish on it first. So when you're using something like this, you put this on before the finish. Guys, I am not reading those to my wife. You don't know. She has no filter when she wants to embarrass me. Yeah, Rich, that's kind of how we do like our rustic ones. Like when we do a rustic strong men, hard times create strong men, or like the real beat up look, we only sand off maybe 40% of the primer, and it really does give it a cool look. Christina, you are correct. Use the black marker from Harbor Freight. No, I don't think we've done that. We use Sharpies to touch up high. Cool thing about these guys is the white. So like Dad's using white right now, it actually shows up. In fact, when we were doing the show in Kingman, a couple weeks ago or a week ago, we did a beer mug with yellow and white, and it turned out pretty good. White does not show up great sometimes.
You can show them that little sample.
Oh, they can see it on there. These, Adrian, are, what are they? Master's Touch acrylic markers.
We got them at Hobby Lobby.
Yeah, Mom got them at Hobby Lobby. John, I like the burn look for some stuff. Dad hates it. Oh, yes, you do. He passionately dislikes it. Is that better? Yeah. But I will say there have been times where I said I wanted to burn something, and then after a physical altercation, I get to burn it, and Dad's like, oh, that doesn't look too bad.
Because I'm afraid of you.
Yeah, that's why. Bruce, that's absolutely right. I'm not a chicken, I'm smart. My wife loves to embarrass me. I'll be curious to see what you come up with, Frank. I'm glad Princess is taking, because both Amy and Gwen hate that. For wood corrections, some use shellac-colored sticks. Huh?
Never even heard of them.
No, I'm not sure. We haven't tried those. Might have to get some and check them out. Sharpie makes Sharpie creative markers. Are those different than like regular Sharpies, or is that just the full name, RJ? Rich, no. With these, you put the clear on after, just like you would do it if you were using Sharpie. Justin, yes. I warn her every time. You just never know. And you know, my daughter is 10 times worse. That girl. Oh, there's Gus. Gus. Let's see. Let's see if we can get him on camera. Where's my boy at? Gus. 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 There's my boy. He's so handsome. Well, let's hear it, Bruce. More of a paint-like finish. Okay, so we'll have to check those out too, Dad. RJ said he uses Sharpie creative markers. They're different than regular Sharpies. They give more of a paint finish.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I love RJ's stuff. His stuff is
Yeah.
amazing. Huh. I definitely want to check that out then. Send us a link.
Yeah, RJ, can you send us a link? Shoot me or Dad an email.
Or just even a screenshot or something.
Yeah. Only clear coat when you paint with a brush on inset. Well, if you're painting with a brush, Rich, you want to clear coat everything, whether you're painting inset or outset or artwork or whatever. So if you're using paint, you want to do the clear coat first. I'll have to try that, John. I'll tell you what, Mom's right, Jim. I even as a kid, like, Mom can take a coloring book and turn it into art. Is that paint coming out of the marker? Yeah. This is acrylic. Well, I don't know.
I don't know if it's paint.
I don't know if it's paint.
They call it acrylic markers.
Yeah. Jose was his last day in the office. Right on, Bruce. Congratulations, man. Bruce is officially retired today.
Oh, that's awesome. Congratulations, man. Take a road trip and come and see us.
Yeah, now that you're retired, drive on down to Arizona and hang out for a bit. Lori, we don't know yet. We haven't, we just started using them a couple weeks ago, so we're not sure as far as longevity, especially in the weather. Oh, thanks, Leonardo. Appreciate that, man. Dude, that looks good. So see, the red is a little bit more pastel, but the blue looks really good. The white looks good. The red still looks good.
It looks better with clear on it.
Yeah, it does look better with clear on it.
Brighten it up a little bit.
Yeah. All right. So guys, I will hand Dad the mic. Don't forget, you can find all this stuff on makeawoodsign.com. There you go.
All right, guys. Hope you like that. I really like this little template, and I think it would look good bigger too. I think it would look just as good big. So if you guys ever want like a template like this that we make that's small, but you want it bigger, just let Vicky know. We can do it as long as it still fits within our laser. But anyway, so hope you like this, guys. You premium members and executive members will miss one of these for the month of July, but they're on the website now. If you're not a member, you can go on there and order it. It's $4. Really good deal, and it lasts, I don't know, you can probably lay out 1,000 signs with it as long as you don't break it. And people ask about that too. They're cleanable, even, but you don't even have to clean them until after maybe 50 or 100 sprays. But anyway, VO2, great organization, and that's a $3,000 table. You want me to point that way? Is that what you're saying?
Like, scoot.
Oh, get out of the way. Get out of the way. $3,000 table, a $10 entry donation gets you a ticket. And then for every $10, you get another ticket in the bucket. Vicky's keeping track of all that stuff. We've already raised a bunch, but they are really hurting up there, and they do a lot of free services for veterans. They are veterans that run the Devil Dog Gym up there in Pueblo, Colorado. And a great group of guys. I know them personally, David Hess and Chris Harder, terrific guys. Anyway, and we will be doing the drawing on that a week from Friday. No. 2 weeks.
2 weeks from Friday.
2 weeks from tomorrow on July 11th. That's when we're doing the drawing for that live on our Friday night. Next Friday night, a week from tomorrow, there's no live tomorrow, and there won't be on July 4th. Everybody's going to be out doing something. So I guess that's it. What am I forgetting, son?
No,
is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
All right, guys. Thanks so much. We'll keep doing it. Looks like our internet held up, so we might be doing it right here again next week. I think we will be doing another one next week on the 3rd, unless something happens. But yeah. Anyway, thanks so much, guys. Questions, email me, eric@makeawoodsign.com or ryan@makeawoodsign.com. All of the stuff we used is over on the website. You guys already know that. We love you. We'll see you next week. Bye.